What ho everybody, Ian here. You catch me looking at my 009 Festiniog Railway stock, getting myself in the right frame of mind for Bygones weekend at the start of October, because I will be there. Wife and I will be there. Very excited to be there in a little over a month's time, sat on the platform at Portmaddock Harbour Station, taking in all the festivities. So just getting myself in the right frame of mind there, looking at this stuff. So this week I thought the blog chat, where I thought we would do a general sort of micro layout chit chat. I think it's about time for one, because I received a message not so long ago from somebody, and they said, Ian, why don't you talk about Fiddlesticks? Okay, we will talk about Fiddlesticks. So if you just let me clear my desk off of all this good Festiniog Railway stuff, we will get on and talk Fiddlesticks. What is a fiddlestick? Well, a fiddlestick is train storage that is about as simple as you can get. We're talking a length of track stuck to a piece of board, and that's it. Okay? No, we can't really leave it at that, can we? Yes, so why don't I go through and show you how easy it is by just making one for the Kuru Micro, because that's the one that I have on the go at the moment. So come in close and we will go through what we want. Here we are then. Here's the Kuru Micro. Here's the end of it. I have removed the extra piece that we were adding, because originally I did have a fiddlestick in here. So you can see that there is here the slot for the fiddlestick that was there originally. So basically what I'll do is I would just build another fiddlestick to plug in here. Simple as that. So if you get in even closer here, and what you can also see here is that we have a recess cut into the face, so that that's a way for the fiddlestick to be located exactly in the right position. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of wood and we are going to mark the recess on the end of this piece of board. So I've got a mark there, and I'm going to mark it here. So we will then cut out this piece here at either end, and so that the piece of board will just plug in there and be located. So anyway, the recess was 5mm deep, so we're just going to mark that on here too. 5mm and 5mm and 5mm and 5mm. So, and then we will just cut that out. 5mm, 5mm. And yes, I always use my binocular magnifier, always. Don't know whether it's advancing age or what, but I always use binocular magnifier. Just makes it easier to see anything. Whether I'm working in 7mm scale, 16mm scale, 3mm scale, 2mm scale, use a binocular magnifier for them all. And here we are then. We will now try the piece of board and see if I cut the slot to the right shape and right size, and lo and behold, we have. Brilliant. So okay, here we go. Tight bond original wood glue, nothing special. So I'm just gonna put some on this piece of black. I just use black foam core because then you'll be able to see the difference between one board and the other. So we just put that in place, just make sure it's, slide it about to get a good thin coating all over. And there we go, there is the tongue for the fiddlestick. Now we'll just get a couple of pieces, short pieces of foam core, and we'll just cut these, and we'll just glue these together. Of course, you might want to, if you're so inclined and patient, you might just want to wait for one part to dry before you glue the others together. And so anyway, so we're now just going to add this bit here on the back, because then 2 thicknesses of the foam core will then bring the surface of the fiddlestick up to the same level as the baseboard. So we'll just do that there, and maybe I'll just get some, if I can find them, I will just get some clamps here and just clamp these things in place while the glue sets. Here we are then, back at the layout. We're just going to put the fiddlestick in place. There we go. It mates perfectly just because we put that tongue on the a recess on the baseboard. Now, and the next step to do would be to just fit some track on here onto the fiddle, onto the baseboard, onto the board that lines up like that. And if you're using wood, you would obviously pin this piece of track in place, but I've got foam core, so I will just glue the track in place, and you can see the rolling stock just goes over it perfectly. So there you go then. That is it. The principle is as simple as that. You can use wood for your fiddlestick. I used foam core board. It's just what I had to hand, and it matches up with the layout. And that's the thing. As long as the rail level on the fiddlestick matches up with the rail level on your layout, then you're good to go. Any current transfer that you need between the fiddlestick and the layout, that can be done with something as simple as fish plates. It's another way of locating the track in the right place, and yeah, they will just transfer the the power between the track on the fiddlestick and the layout. But if you're going to go to a show, I would certainly use something a little bit more substantial, because as you can see, this offers no protection whatsoever at all. I mean, you could just turn around, swing your hand out, catch your $300 sound-equipped DCC locomotive, and lo and behold, it falls to the floor and your day is ruined. So yeah, if you're going to take your micro to a show, I would recommend using something a bit more substantial, something like a cassette, for example. This is the cassette that I built for Northcotes. This is the cassette built specifically for the XGWR railcar. So yeah, it's as simple as it comes. So just a base and 2 sides. The sides are great. Even though these sides aren't full height, there's still something to grab hold of. So I actually have thought of putting an end on there as well, Probably will do, so that I can't drive a locomotive off the end. That would just, so yeah, power between the cassette and the layout. I have here, you see, a couple of strips of copper tape, and there's wires soldered between the tape and the rails. There's a similar arrangement on the layout, and so yeah, you just slide the cassette into the layout, power is transferred, and bingo, you can drive the locomotive, drive the rail car off the cassette and onto the layout. In fact, I think if you check out my Northcotes operation video that I put together for the Gauge-O Guild show, it's on the YouTube channel. I'll put a link to them in the comments, and yeah, you can see it actually work there on that video. So so that's the next step up, and I'll show you one more of mine. This is the cassette for Bontofts. Now this, obviously you can see it's a full height cassette to protect the stock fully. It also has a handle here. The reason for that handle will become apparent in a minute. But what it also has a hole in the bottom. I'll see if I can get this piece of wire through there. There we go. There, I think you can see that you can probably see the wire sticking through the hole there like that. So that is the pivot point, the pivot pin, which turns this from a cassette into a sector plate. So you have we have this cassette on the layout, on the little extension, the sort of storage space extension, and you grab hold by the handle and you can rotate this between the two roads, the front road to the loading hopper and the back road to the tipping points. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. That is Fiddlesticks, cassettes, and cassette sector plates. So yeah, got triple dipping today on that. So I hope that gives you some ideas, because hey, if an incompetent idiot like me can come up with these things, then you can. I hope you all got something out of that. Might have been a bit basic for some of you, but there are always new people coming into the micro layout world, and they get blinded by the technology and the terminology and the construction methods used. So it's good to show them that things are pretty basic, or can be pretty basic, and if I can build a fiddlestick, anybody can. So in the next few weeks, we are going to have something interesting coming up. We are getting very close to 100 videos here on this channel. So we're going to mark that with a project layout. And sometime in the next few weeks, I will detail that and how you can all get involved. So that could be quite exciting. So in the meantime, build that model, lay that track, run that train, but above all, have fun. And me, I am going to start looking forward to my trip to the Festiniog Railway. See you later.